Hey y'all, welcome back to Nini's Texas Kitchen. Today we're going to make some homemade flour tortillas. So I have my ingredients out here, and what you need is 2 tablespoons of shortening or butter. I'm using shortening. And then you need 1.5 cups of warm water. Don't use cold. You can do medium, like room temperature or whatever, but at least warm. And then you need 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 4 cups of flour, and then some extra flour to sprinkle on your surface when you're preparing them. So, first thing I'm going to do is take my flour and I'm going to add my salt and baking powder to it. So, I'm just going to mix it together a little bit. Next thing I do is add it to the shortening. Now what I want to do is reach in, get my shortening, and you want to kind of rub it into the flour, like so. Because you want to make it be kind of crumbly, like so. And just want to get it mixed in that way. And the shortening won't stick to you because you have all this flour in here. So I can feel it getting crumblier. See how it's got little crumbles instead of just being straight flour. Now the next thing I did was I got a 9x13 pan lined with foil and another piece of foil over the top, and I'll put like 3 or 4 in there, and I have my oven set onto the just keep warm setting so that I can keep it warm. If you have a tortilla warmer, you can just use that. I just don't happen to have one, so that's the way I'm going to do it. It just keeps them warm because this is going to make it should make around 24 tortillas, like fajita size or whatever. So I just want to make sure I'm keeping the first ones warm while I'm making the rest of them. And you just want to kind of mix it all together with your hands until it forms a dough ball. So we just keep working it around like so. If you wanted to make whole, like wheat ones, you could do like half of your flour with whole wheat flour, half of it with white. You can make 100% whole wheat tortillas. It's just, they won't be quite as pliable and soft as some that have part white flour in there. And just like with other types of dough, you don't want to overwork it and make it get too hard, even though this isn't a yeasted dough, because you don't want your tortillas to be tough. You want them to be soft. All right, so now I'm going to get a little bit of my flour. Move this away. And just scoop a little out. Lightly flour on the surface, and then turn out the dough. And you just want to knead it a few times. And that's to make the dough be like come together better and be a little more smooth. So it's just a couple of minutes that you have to do this, like 2 or 3 minutes. So we're gonna do this for a couple of minutes and then we'll be right back. All right, y'all, so we're done with that part. So now you have to divide it into 24 pieces. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll it out like this into like a long, thin, sausage looking piece. Like so. And then I'm gonna take a cutter and go about in half like that. And then I'm gonna do it again for each of them. Then roll them a little bit more out. Half. You're just wanting to get them as close to the same size pieces as you can, because you want to try to get 24 tortillas out of this particular recipe. And if some of them are a little bit smaller, it don't really matter. But close. These are homemade, remember? They're not going to be exactly the same as in the little packages. But hey, even in the packages that you get, sometimes you'll have them that are a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller than the other ones. All right, now that I got my 24 pieces, I need to heat up my pan to hot. So, what I'll do is take each little piece and I'm gonna roll it out to make a tortilla. You want them pretty thin because tortillas are not supposed to be really thick. And it won't take that long to cook them. And there's one of them already rolled out. So now I'll roll out a couple more, that way I have more ready when my pan gets hot. And if you've ever watched the little Mexican ladies like that live in Texas that are from here, they always make them by hand, but they're a lot more talented than me on that stuff. I am not nearly as good as they are at it, but you'll see them, they'll be like doing them between their hands like this and all that stuff. They're good, they're real good. I'm just not that good at that stuff. That one's not going to be exactly round, but hey, I bet it'll taste just as good as the others. All right, there's a couple. All right, let's go ahead and try one. And it's supposed to get hot and bubble up. So you cook it in the pan on high heat. And as it cooks, it'll start to bubble, and then you flip it over and do it on the other side. And these are more like taco size. That's okay. I don't mind. just gotta turn it up a little bit. I need to roll them a little bit thinner. Might be what the problem is. And just keep shaping and shaping. And roll them out thin. Apparently I didn't roll it out thin enough. No, that was our test one. Oh, it's starting to turn. Right. Pretty thin. Let's try a thinner one like this on the next go. It's turning, it's turning. All right, we're gonna try the next one. Roll it a lot thinner. We'll see what happens. That'll be pretty good. See some bubbles forming in the middle. All right. I like the way that one turned out better. That's how you make tortillas. I'm gonna make a bunch more. Let's test it and see how it is. Tears like a tortilla. That's actually really, really good. It turned out almost perfect. If y'all like my video, making homemade flour tortillas, please like my video, share it to others, and subscribe to my channel. And we'll see y'all back next time in Nini's Texas Kitchen.